Elijah Reeves, a good level change again.
Hey, it's your boy Abu, ABU, cause you can't be me. And I'm here to give y'all a quick jewel, another video, man. This time we talking about the Mali Empire. Now this ain't gonna be your normal Mali Empire video. This is not about Mansa Musa, trades, riches, salt, gold, Mecca. No, we're talking about the military warfare in the Mali Empire. Yes, sir. So most of the time when you hear about the Mali Empire, you think about their expansion through trade, through salt, through gold. But what a lot of people don't really know is that they had a very decent army as well. See, during the time of Mansa Musa, the empire was able to expand itself double the size. So we're going to start by talking about the manpower of the Mali Empire. See, the Mali Empire was able to accumulate 100,000 men that was ready for war. And these not just any regular men. Each clan had to send their best free men that was able and willing to fight. So the Mali made up of 100,000 men, and 10,000 of that 100,000 was cavalry. So now that we got an idea of how huge and the manpower in which the Mali Empire have, let's talk about the units that the Mali Empire used. So at first glance, maybe the Mali Empire can even look ununiform, not unorganized, but ununiform, being that every clan have to send their own group of people to participate in the war. Each clan may have different repertoires, different colors that they choose to dress their soldiers in, because the clan is actually responsible to equip their soldiers that they send to participate in the war with their military uniform, their weaponry, their shield, their bow, whatever they decide, or whatever that clan use as weaponry. So basically from the north, you got the Mandiklos. These are free men from the north. They're usually dressed, or shall I say usually equipped, with animal hide shields and short spears that they call the tamba. But the family clans to the south, they're normally using bows and arrows. But not just any bow. They like to dress their bows in poison. And these are the clans from the south. Now, it doesn't say which poison that they actually use, but the most poisonous snake in the world, which is the black mamba, is responsible for a lot of killings in West Africa. So it is possible that they were probably dressing their arrows with black mamba venom, which, pretty dope. So the next unit we're going to talk about is the Sofa. The Sofa is another military unit in the Mali Empire, but they're slaves. And they actually use the same weaponry as the clans to the north, which is a bow and arrow with poison dressed on the arrowhead. These are actually acquited by the Mali Empire because they're not from a clan, so they actually don't have the weaponry or the clothes or the armor. So the Mali Empire provide them with the bow and the arrows. So we got one more bowman. Now this is a special unit. So these bad boys only come out during sieges. I want to call them the fire bowmen. So basically what they had was bows, but instead of using poison, they actually lit them up with flames. And they would use these to seize and take control of big cities, or the cities that had good forts. And those are called your fire bowmen. They was not always on the battlefield. They were used mainly for sieges. But here's another fun fact. The Mali Empire actually was not the first one to use fire arrows in that region, but it actually was their own people, but centuries before them, which was the Wangandu Empire. They actually used fire arrows as well. Now, the reason why I think they were so unique with their arrows and bows is that among the Mandingo, or should I say the Mende people, Your strength of your army are really defined by your bowmen and your auxiliary pares. So the next thing I'll be talking about, and the last one, is also, I would say, another special unit, which is the cavalry of the Mali Empire. The reason why I say special is because these guys are basically foreign. They're equipped with everything foreign. Their weaponry is made from foreign people. So they have basically weaponry from the Middle East, lances, and the nice little curved swords. And their lances are dressed with poison as well. And then also they ride on the horses, which is very lacking in Africa. So at a time like this, if you can get your hands on some horses, you can do trouble. You can trade, but you can also do trouble. So they were doing trouble with their 10,000 cavalries. Also, they would equip, or should I say, armed with chainmail. And yes, they was a trouble. Ferraris. So now we're going to get into what I would call the ranking of the military, or maybe the authority, the formation, how it's set up. So one, you have the people that you call the Tong-Tigi. The Tong-Tigi is basically an elite force of cavalry commanders. They call themselves the Ferraris. So I don't know if that word Ferrari come from, but they call themselves the Ferrari. And then he was the elite cavalry commanders. Now, each Ferrari commander, they had a number of infantry officers that they kept beneath them. Now, the officers that they kept beneath them, they were called a Kali Khan. Now, excuse me if I'm saying it wrong, but Kali Khan. And these are the people who led infantries into war, right? And then you have the Don Kunesi, also officers beneath the Ferrari commander. And they lead a group of slaves into war. They're doing the same exact thing as the Kali Khan, but with slaves. So just to give an idea of what this may look like, is that the Don Kunse, those officers are in command over an army of Sofa, which are the slaves that I said are fully equipped by the Mali Empire with bows and arrows with poison on it. And then you have the Kali Khan, which is, they're in control of all the free men that's going out there, which is also equipped from the south with men that have bows and arrows, and then from the north with the people that's coming down with their short spears and their high shields. So with that being said, they normally would basically set up their army with 3 archers for every 1 spearman, and then 1 spearman was fastened with a knife on the back arm and holding one of them beautiful curved swords. And that's basically the weaponry, the military unit, and just an ideal in a nutshell of what the Mali Empire military would have looked like. Now, as you can see, the Mali Empire was able to blossom during this time for 3 reasons. 1, all the wealth they had coming in from the trade routes. 2, their connection to the Muslim faith, which gave them connection to knowledge. And 3, their military power. There wasn't no pushovers. Now, I wanted to say one more thing. They had access to the Niger rivers and access to the horses on a plain that was flat, deserts and grassland. So they was able to take full advantage of having cavalries. And they also took advantage of having clans among the Niger River, which means they can get these horses and these troops right across the river and then hop on these horses and be where you are in the blink of an eye. And that was something that was really lacking in Africa because the lacking of horses. But they was able to take advantage of that. So there you have it, a video on the Mali Empire and warfare, basically pretty much in that area. But y'all stay tuned for some more videos, man. Like, comment, subscribe.